Hey, so I got a big Kool-Aid smile on my face because I looked at my channel analytics really quick, and I'm pleased with the way things are progressing. You know, I started my channel right after I had a mental breakdown, and you know, I was doing it and I was going in a kind of like you know, I knew I wanted to do sex work, and I was all like, I'm gonna start on YouTube, which of course is not the platform to do sex work. And if I knew, I was thinking about it, I'm like, if I would have known about like if OnlyFans was a thing back then, or if I knew like other websites, I could have possibly started my sex work career without any of the men in my life, such as Terrence and my father, knowing, or James' grandparents, without them knowing. And I could have a bag, you know, and they'll be all like, where are you getting this money from? And I'm like, they wouldn't know. Like, I would have had to be very discreet about it. But you know, things happen and you deal. I'm not gonna say, you know, things happen for a reason, because to me that implies predestiny. But I do believe that things happen and then you know, you deal with them, you know. So it just happened to where I didn't know about those other sites, or they weren't like as popping or, you know, as around then. And so I went with YouTube and I got busted. But so that kind of ended my YouTube career. Then I was making, you know, like regular videos of like me talking to you guys and just explaining what's going on with my life and how my mental health is going. And I posted a few of my poems, and of course me shaving my head. And you know, that was okay. But I kind of I just stopped updating you guys. I stopped wanting to share, you know, what I was sharing, which was a lot of it had to do with work, because I was concerned that someone from my job would find my YouTube channel and use it against me, you know, somehow. You know, I wasn't, you know, giving out specific details or anything like that. I just thought it might be a problem. And even now, you know, I try to be careful, I sort of try to be careful, but at the same time, you know, it's my YouTube channel, it's not the company's YouTube channel, and I want to speak my mind, and I'm going to. So, you know, I still try to practice some discretion for the sake of privacy, but I don't want to make or not make videos based off of fear anymore. And it's hard, or not even say it's hard, it's a constant battle. Like, it's a question that I ask myself, you know, regularly, like, oh, like, should I really make this video, or, you know, is it okay to say this? And I have to remind myself regularly that that's not how I want to live. That's not how I care to live. I tell myself when I'm writing my journal regularly that I do not want my life to be work centric, especially considering the work that I'm doing right now. Now, because I'm not like my 9 to 5, like I'm not working for myself, and I don't want my 9 to 5 to be the center of my life. To me, that's ludicrous. It's a ludicrous way to live, and I don't want to live like that. So, you know, I'm trying to speak without fear of repercussion. But anyways, what was I gonna talk to you guys about? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I remember. It actually has what I was talking about, like worried about, someone finding it and all that stuff. It actually has to do with the topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is, how people say, often people say, like, one of the things that people say to other people, like people, like when you hear advice about being confident and being yourself and doing you, you know what I mean? When you hear advice about stuff like that, something that I often hear people say is, listen, other people aren't watching you like you think they are. They're not as concerned about you as you think they are. They don't care about you as much as you think they do. And I understand that perspective, but I find it, and it's helpful to an extent, because it's true to an extent, but I find that, it's true only to that extent, okay? Because people are watching you. People do care what you're doing. And I forget the third thing I say, but the point is, they are watching. They are watching. They do care. You do mean more to them than you think you do. This is just my personal experience. Like, you change up one little thing and it rocks their world. Like, it rocks the way they perceived you. It rocks the box that they have put you in. People are watching you. They are judging you. They do care. And my advice to counteract the fact that they do care is you can't. Because the truth is they do care. The truth is they are watching. But you cannot care about that. This is something that I used to say. I had this realization when I was pretty young. You know how people say, oh, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Only God can judge me, or blah, blah, blah. The point is, they don't want anyone else judging them. But the truth of that statement is, it's not that they don't want anyone else judging them, period. It's that they do not want anyone else judging them negatively. Because if I judged you cute, you wouldn't have a problem with that, probably. I mean, some people would, but you wouldn't have a problem with that. If I judged you positively, if I said, oh, he's really handsome, he's really smart, I love being around him, he's a great person. Well, you wouldn't mind that judgment, would you? No. You wouldn't mind that judgment, and yet it is a judgment. Now, if I judged you as an asshole who's stupid and a good-for-nothing nobody, well, then you would have a problem with that judgment, and then that's where all the don't judge me rhetoric comes. But it's not that you have a problem with judging or being judged. You just don't want to be found lacking. My advice is, do not give a fuck how they judge you. And this is something I think I mentioned it in one of my videos. I was reading the book. Yeah, I mentioned it in one of my videos called The 4 Agreements. And the author said, basically the same thing. Don't care about what someone else has to say about you, whether it is positive or negative. Don't be moved by it, whether it's positive or negative. As concerning compliments and the positive, you should be enough for yourself. You should know yourself. Am I a hard worker? Am I cute? Am I fun to be around? These are all questions that you can answer for yourself. It should not hinge on someone else's judgment of you. You know, and what he says in the book is, you know, someone else's judgment of you has little to do with you, in a sense, and a lot to do with their own personal perceptions and their own personal biases and their own personal intentions. You don't know why someone's complimenting you so much. It could be you don't know their motivations behind that. And yet you're letting it get to your head. And it works the same way with the negative. You don't know someone's motivations behind saying you're stupid. You don't know. And yet you're letting it get to your head. You cannot let people sway you so much. It's like I said, you know, like the title of my last video. Yeah, influencers are cool, but so are you. You're letting these people, you know, influence you. You know, you're letting all these outside sources, TV, magazines, maybe not magazines so much anymore, but yeah, still, MAGA freaking zines, radio, social media. For me, the voices in my mind. You're letting all of these different sources influence you, and you are downplaying the biggest influence you have in your life, which is your own consciousness. Your own consciousness. So that's what I wanted to say. Yes, people are watching. Yes, they are judging. Yes, they do care about what you're doing. Yes, they're probably going to have something to say about it, whether they say it to your face, in their mind, or to their friend. You cannot be bothered one way or the other, positive or negative. Positive or negative, you cannot be bothered. You can't afford it. You can't afford to allow the fickle opinions of your fellow human beings. They're no one special, just your fellow human beings, sway you and control your life. To, you know, an extreme extent. You know, some, you know, not all influence is bad. I'm just saying, you know, you be in control of your influences. It's like they say, you know, pick your friends wisely. You know, the level that your friends are at is, you know, you're only going to achieve as much as your friends. Like, they say stuff like that, you know, like, you know, you want to be choosy about what you allow to influence you. And that includes me, because I, you know, let Terrence tells it, I am controversial just, you know, that's always my take on everything. That's what Terrence says, you know, I'm just a controversial bitch with hot takes left and right. And, you know, that might be true to an extent, but, oh man, I forgot my face mask. But that might be true to an extent, but it's like I'm, you know, I just feel differently about certain topics than the public opinion. Because I'm not convinced that I'm the only one who feels as I feel. I just see that it's not popular in, you know, public discourse. But yeah, you know, influence yourself first and foremost. Be your own top influencer. Something that I tell myself regularly when I'm strolling through my YouTube channel, my Twitter, my Instagram, something I tell myself, I'm looking at it, I'm all like, wow, my page is my favorite page. I like my page the best. I like my Instagram feed, like mine, the best. I like my tweets the best. I like my videos. I like my titles. I like my thumbnails. I like it all the best. Mine. You know, if I can see anyone's point the best, it's my own. I want to be my top influencer. So I just took this 2-mile walk. I'm almost done. I'm gonna head in once I'm done with this walk. I just randomly changed the topic. That's what I did. But I tried to, I do the old like boot camp workouts that I was doing. My mistake was I tried to do leg day, knowing damn well this knee ain't having it. I was like, maybe, because it's been such a long time, I was like, maybe my knee, will act right. Nope. It was not. And that's just my knees. But there's this guy on Twitter. No, not Twitter. This guy on TikTok, and apparently he has other social media accounts. But I think his name is Toes Over Knees. No. Knees Over Toes. And I want to look him up and try to, follow some of his regimens, and see if it helps improve, the pain in my knees. Because, like, even walking hurts. Seriously, walking hurts. So yeah, like right now, they hurt. So yeah, I'm almost done. Like I said, I'm about to go inside. I might make a protein shake. I don't know. I haven't had a protein shake in a while because I feel like I haven't been working out, and there's no point. Well, go forth and influence.